Look around you. The world doesn't slow down, doesn't pause for breath, doesn't give you a script or a second take. It moves fast, sometimes mercilessly, and it waits for no one. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. Time, our most valuable currency, never refunds, never compromises, never hesitates. And so I ask you this: what are you doing with your time? Are you building something that matters? Are you becoming someone you're proud of? Or are you letting fear, doubt, and comfort rob you of the future you deserve? We are born into a world of possibility, but that word possibility is hollow unless you step into it. Life isn't a guarantee. Life is an invitation. It's not about what you're given, it's about what you do with what you're given. Some people have every advantage and waste it all. Others start with nothing but fight tooth and nail for every inch, every moment, every shot, and they rise. Not because it was easy, but because they refused to surrender to excuses. They refused to shrink in the face of difficulty. They chose to live as if their fire mattered. And it does. If you think greatness belongs to the lucky, you're lying to yourself. If you think success is a result of perfect timing or external blessings, you're blinding yourself to your own power. Let me tell you the truth. Greatness is not a gift. It is forged. It is built in the dark, carved out of rejection, refined by pain, and proven in action. It is born from relentless effort, radical belief, and an unwillingness to stop. Your limits are not written in your blood or your past or your circumstances. Your limits are only written in your mind, and they can be rewritten. Every morning, you are presented with two choices: to shrink back into comfort or to rise into challenge, to stay the same or to become something more. Most people live on autopilot, following routines they didn't choose, chasing goals they don't even believe in, avoiding discomfort at all costs. But you're not most people. You're here because there's something in you that refuses to settle. A hunger, a spark. Maybe you can't explain it yet, but you feel it. It's the pulse of your potential, the whisper of something greater calling you forward. Listen to it. Honor it. It's not a mistake, it's your truth. There will be days when you doubt yourself, days when nothing makes sense, days when you feel like quitting. That's part of the process. Growth is not pretty, it's uncomfortable. It's raw. It strips away who you were to make room for who you're meant to be. But if you keep showing up, keep putting one foot in front of the other, you will change. Not overnight, not all at once, but inevitably. You cannot invest your energy, your effort, your heart into something and remain unchanged. You will evolve, and that evolution will be your revolution. Let's stop pretending it's supposed to be easy. Let's stop romanticizing success like it's a highlight reel. You want to achieve something meaningful, prepare to bleed for it. Prepare to be misunderstood. Prepare to walk alone, to sacrifice comfort, to face resistance from others and from yourself. You must be willing to outwork, outlast, and outbelieve everyone else. That's the price. That's the entry fee to extraordinary. And while others chase comfort, you'll be chasing purpose. While they sleep, you'll be building. While they hesitate, you'll take the leap. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. The world will tell you to be realistic, to lower your standards, to settle for less so you don't get hurt. But I say screw that. Be bold. Dream so big it scares you. Set goals that make people laugh because they can't imagine how you'll reach them, and then get to work proving them wrong. Not for revenge, but for redemption. Because you owe it to yourself to become everything you were meant to be. Because the world needs what you have inside you, even if it doesn't know it yet. You were not born to live a life of regret. You were not made to wake up every day wishing you were someone else, somewhere else, doing something else. That is not living. That is existing. And existing is a slow death of the soul. The moment you stop growing, you start dying. So push yourself. Break your own limits. Fall down and rise stronger. Get up with fire in your chest and steel in your spine. Let the setbacks fuel you. Let the failures teach you. Let every challenge become a catalyst, not a curse. You are not your mistakes. You are not your fears. You are not the sum of your failures. You are the strength that rises from them. You are the courage to keep moving forward when everything inside you screams to stop. You are the grit, the resilience, the fight. You are the story that hasn't been finished yet. And what you do from this moment on, that's what defines you. Not your past, not your pain, but your persistence, your decision to rise again. Somewhere out there is someone watching you. Maybe it's your child, your sibling, your friend, a stranger, someone who needs to see what it looks like when a person refuses to give up, someone who needs to believe it's possible because they saw you make it possible. Your fight isn't just about you, it's about everyone you will inspire, everyone you will lift, everyone who will find their strength because you found yours first. Don't underestimate the power of your example. Don't you dare shrink when you were born to stand tall. Every hero's story begins with a moment of doubt. Every legend was once a beginner. Every record breaker once felt unqualified. The difference is, they kept going. They acted in spite of fear. They moved through the fire instead of away from it. And that decision, that choice, is what changed everything. You don't have to feel ready. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to start, right here, right now, with what you have, where you are. Take the next step, and then the next. Momentum builds from motion. Clarity comes from action. The enemy is not failure. The enemy is fear of failure. The enemy is waiting until the stars align, until everything is perfect, until the voice in your head stops screaming that you're not enough. That voice, it's a liar, a parasite, and you have to learn to talk back, to remind yourself who the hell you are. You've survived things you never thought you could. You've endured storms that tried to break you, and you're still here. That means something. That's power. That's proof. You are more capable than you know, and far more powerful than you've been told. You've got this one life. That's it. No dress rehearsal, no replay button. One shot to make it count. So don't waste it doubting your worth. Don't waste it chasing approval. Don't waste it living someone else's version of success. Be fierce. Be loud. Be unshakably, unapologetically you. Take up space. Burn bright. Leave no doubt. Let your life be a masterpiece of defiance and devotion. A declaration that you refuse to be average, that you refuse to back down, that you gave everything you had, and then more. And yes, it will get hard. There will be moments that feel like hell. You'll want to quit. You'll question everything. You'll cry. You'll break. But that's part of it. That's how the diamond forms. That's how the warrior is born. Through pressure, through fire, through fight. You are not being punished. You're being prepared. Life doesn't test the weak. It tests the strong. And if you're being tested right now, it's because there is something inside you worth refining. Something the world needs. Something you haven't even fully seen in yourself yet. Keep going, even when it's dark, even when it's lonely, even when no one claps for you, or believes in you, or understands your mission. Keep going. Your pace doesn't matter. Your presence does. Your courage does. Your consistency does. There are people who had less than you and still rose. So don't tell me it's impossible. Tell me you're willing to bleed for it. Tell me you're willing to sacrifice, to stretch, to fall and rise and fall again, until falling no longer scares you, because you know you'll always rise. Somewhere along the way, the world convinced us that playing small was safe, that being humble meant hiding our light. But real humility isn't shrinking, it's owning your greatness and using it to serve. So stop apologizing for wanting more. Stop shrinking to fit in rooms that can't hold your fire. Be the one who redefines what's possible. Be the storm. Be the force. Be the one who breaks the mold and builds something bigger in its place. And when you get there, because you will, remember the climb. Remember the nights you almost gave up. Remember the sweat, the pain, the doubt, the small wins that kept you going. Remember that it was never about being the best. It was about becoming your best, about building something that couldn't be taken away, about becoming the kind of person who can weather anything, because you already have, because you earned your name in the fire, and wore your scars like medals. The world doesn't need more people playing it safe. It needs more warriors, more dreamers who act, more believers who build, more people willing to rise after being broken. You are that person. You were made for more. And the fire in your chest, that's not a burden. That's your call. That's your power. So go now. Step into the storm and don't look back. You've got this. You've always had this. The only question is, are you ready to prove it?